everybody! Welcome to Scrapcraft and Stitchery. Today I am Christina and here is what I'm doing. I have been working on this mini Maximal journal. It's like a 4x6 journal, so it's tiny. And right now I am sewing in the signatures. So come along and work with me, and I will try to keep this video relatively short, but we'll see. What I hope to accomplish today is to just sew all of these signatures, which I made using rolling pages, into my book. So grab your cup of whatever makes you happy, and I will continue on this journey. So I already have the signatures punched. I already have and prepared, and I have, I even cut all of my threads for this, and they're in a pile here, so everything is super organized because I was working on this yesterday and cleaned it up. So I have these sets of beads that kind of go with this cover, and I've just been adding these to the outside of this, and I think it's going to be gorgeous and fun. And along the lines of my Maximal, journal stuff. And what I decided, if you watched or if that was on here, so this is the front, and so I'm starting from the back, and I'm going to do the back. And here I made a repair using some antiqued tape. And this is just Scotch tape that I used a alcohol marker in brown on, and it looks a little orange, but that's going to hold this really brittle dictionary page together for me. I don't want to mess with this too much because these are, as I said, already punched. They're held together with a paper clip. I can remember my words today. Yes, I can. So, since I'm putting beads onto this, I'm going to use a beading needle, and hopefully this will work really well. This is my beading kit of needles. So I had this out, which is a regular, very short needle, which I usually use. Let me dig into the bottom of here where these little tiny needles are, which you can maybe see or maybe not see. I am having a hard time. I wish I had a little magnet. So I could grab just one out of the bottom of this tray. Cool. This will work. So this is just a very fine needle, and it has a big loophole here for the thread to go through, and it should be fairly easy to get in there if we can get this separated. And sometimes they're super easy to get separated. This one is not wanting to play along. Oh, wait, I got my nail in there. Okay. So I'm ready to start with the second to the last signature. So I'm just using this thread because I think it goes nicely with this. All right, so this is just a regular old pamphlet stitch, which we all know and love. So I'm going to go through the center of the next signature and pull that through. And what I did yesterday, I'm going to leave that kind of long so that I don't pull it through there while I'm trying to play around with the beads. So the idea is I have this very thin, very flexible needle, and hopefully I can do all of my work with this one needle. If not, I will get out the other bookbinding needle. And we are through all the fabric and all the lace and the cardboard, so that's a good sign since that's the easy one. Alright, so I have that. And now I'm just going to put some beads on here. And let me get my other set of beads. I have two sets of tubes of beads that are kind of slightly different, but both of them have great colors for this. And we are off. this is great. So I have all these great beads. And I have really been stashing and hoarding these things for years, and I have found a use for them. And you don't have to do this. You can just do the regular pamphlet bind on here, and that would be lovely. But I'm going to use these things up since I have them. And I might try and stick with on this one something a little bit different than I did on the other one, but I'm really just pulling randomly from this selection of beads and trying to find things. This set has things in it that are a little more blue. I'm kind of trying to stay away from that. I did use some of the lighter blue ones in here, and I think that's fine. And this has some really pretty pink ones that really go with my cover, so that's what I'm looking at here. And I'm just going to go along and bead these onto here. I wonder if I have enough to do. And the reason why is I'm afraid I'm going to run out if I only stick to these. And you could create a beautiful pattern here. Again, I don't know that that's what I want to do. I really think I'm going to stick with, for this row, all these bronze colored ones. Just because I think that might look kind of cool and give it a break from this color. So I am going to kind of select those for this. And maybe I'll do kind of a fat round one and then one of these long skinny ones. And that should fill up my thread relatively quickly. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It is a little bit rainy here. It's not raining right now, but it was last night, so everything's kind of still a little wet and it's a little bit overcast. And it's a beautiful day to be sitting in here in front of my window, just making a junk journal. This is great. Great day to be tucked up inside with a nice cup of coffee, just going for this. Woo. So the hope is I'll have enough for the top and the bottom to be all bronze, and then I'll be able to repeat this on the other side, is kind of what I'm thinking. If we run out, then we run out, and that's okay too. No worries here. Just super happy to be using up what I have. I want to we'll make some paper beads here. I'm going to add that to my list of things to do. I'm going to make some paper beads. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is a big bead. I have two. I see two of these. It's kind of gold. Oh, I'm going to use those, but not right now. Those are really pretty. I wonder if I have more. I think I have just the two. Okay. What else is in here? I do have this really pretty amber colored heart too that I'm super excited to use somewhere. And I might use just some of these more interesting larger beads kind of as I get through here. And there's another one of those, but that's like a silver one. And I have two silver ones in here. Okay, I have two gold and two silver. So we can work those in somewhere. Where was I? What am I doing? I need another one of these big ones. I'm getting there. I just grabbed a couple of sets here that I thought would work. I'm kind of trying to make sure I don't go too far because I don't want to have to take beads off. This is kind of a labor-intensive method for binding, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm going to be so happy in the end that I sat down and did this. And it's also just kind of a peaceful thing to do. Okay. I think I want... How far do I have to go? Don't want to go too far. I think that's going to be Boy. Let's look. Let's pull this tight on the inside so we can see just exactly if we need one more or not. I think we need to go up one more, and I think that can go a little bit farther down on the bottom as well. So we are going to do one more long bead, and I like I don't know, I like things kind of even, and so that gives us a start with a long bead and a short bead. Now if I can find the hole, and that is going to be one of the problems because I put this lace on here, which is beautiful, but I don't have any idea how I'm going to get through the holes on this side. Problems. I'm going to just poke a hole back through here with something that I know will go through so I can kind of see where that hole exactly is. This is great because this is going to help hold down the lace. Okay, we can see it now, and there's a little hole in the lace. Oh, yes, okay, now we have a hole. This needle is not good for poking through things, so I think we got it. I think we got it. We're being patient. Patience, patience. I'm bending my needle. Okay. Perfect. Now, if I haven't moved this signature too much, I should be able to poke through all those holes. And again, let's just... The holes are already poked in this. I realize you probably can't see that. And I'm just kind of reopening them since that was all the way yesterday. And this needle is not super friendly for this. Okay, so I'm going to pull that relatively tight, and let's have a look at it on the outside if I hold both the ends. And there you go, you have this nice string of colorful beads and then this nice string of bronze beads, and we'll repeat that on this inside one over here, and then we'll have two more sets of, because this has 6 signatures in the in the interest of being an actual, you know, maximalist mini journal. Sometimes you just got to do something a little bit over the top, and this journal is the exciting over the top variety of, let's just over decorate this and see what happens. And I am in that hole and I'm having a hard time getting through the lace on the outside of this. So this inside signature is really easy. Let's just go ahead, go down from the top all the way to the bottom. Pull our tail through. Let's see if we can get a little more thread or we're going to be in trouble. Okay. These should be plenty of thread. And get our pokey tool back out and just reopen this hole all the way through. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Really, I think I just need to find the hole in this lace and where exactly that is. I can see it coming through now because it moves around at this point. Okay. Girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And poke through there. I should go right straight through, and I did. See? See? This is all easy. Since I started this one with a... okay, that shouldn't come out at that point. Okay. Could come in at the bottom, but it shouldn't come out at the top. Okay. So now, when these come back together in the middle, maybe I want to start with the fat one and then the thin ones. And I'm just going, I have these kind of little barrel ones, and then I have these very skinny bronze beads in this set, and I'm just going back and forth and doing something. I am making a pattern on this one, and I will repeat that on the other side and hope that I have enough. I'll definitely have enough of these fat ones, so, you know, it's good. We didn't count, we didn't measure, we're just kind of going for it. Deciding what to do. If it's not the same, it's not the same. I don't think anybody's going to call us out on that. Maybe they will. That's on them. And maybe it'll all work out. That's what we're going for today. Everything's just going to work out today, because I feel like today is the day where things just work out and everything's easy. Yesterday, golly, I think I forgot to turn on the camera at some point, and I think I missed all of this. We'll see. I'm not sure. I didn't really look at it too closely. That's a little wooden bead. And what we want is one of these little clasp beads. That's the barrel type. This isn't really too terribly taxing. Just a little bit of a peaceful, fun thing to do. Because gosh, am I ever happy to be here doing this with you today. See if we can get this through the hole. Little tiny holes. And I was in one of those subscription clubs many years ago for scrapbooking supplies, and they started sending all of these beads, and I think I actually signed up for extra beads, so I have a lot of beads, and so this is fantastic for me to get to use all these beads up. Now I think we're not quite even, so we're going to come and I'm going to end on, this could be the last one, and it could be a little skinny one. It sure is. It looks like I have come all the way. You don't want to go too far with the beads. Don't overdo it with the beads. So what I'm thinking is if I take this inside thing, which is, I'm back to the middle, so this is directly pulling on this, that I might maybe be able to get through this hole by pulling up on that, but I'm just going back where I think it is, and maybe not. Oh, it's down farther than I think. Hold on. We're going to do this. This is going to work. Okay. So I can see that coming out, and it should go back right into that same hole that we were in, that we originally came out of. Right in the center, and we are through that. Now maybe this will help us if I pull this. Sometimes it helps if you pull that tight, and it just makes the hole a little bit, okay. Hopefully you saw that. Ah! You probably can't see any of this. I am really giving my camera, which is not the greatest camera today. I should have gotten out the good camera maybe and tried playing with that. I am not going through all of those signatures. So let's pull this back just a little. This would be easier, and you could, if you wanted, rethread this onto, we are through. We did it. We did it. We're coming out. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of my needle. You could rethread this with your regular needle, and it would be a little bit easier at that point. So now I'm just going to pull this and make sure it's tight, and I like to kind of go back and forth a little bit so that wiggles. Just makes me feel like it's a little bit tighter. Let's look at this. Oh, that's loose. Oh dear. What to do, what to do. We can either leave it, it's clearly loose. I'm going to have to take off this bead. So we're going to have to do that all again. All right, let's do it the right way. Shall we? I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to wind up redoing this even though I said I didn't really want to. So, as I was saying, if you get out, where's my other needle? Did I put it in one of these trays? I know I put that one in that tray. I had my other needle out. Perhaps I left it in here. Probably. I have this other, larger eye needle. It's also a very small needle, but this is what I like to do. I like to have this small blunt needle usually when I'm doing this. This is going to make this a lot easier to go through these layers. Okay, so we took that one off because we went too far. Too far, too far. Okay, that's loose, but that's loose because it's just loose because we haven't tied it off yet. Now, I think we're through. And now we just have to get through, okay, the signature. That was super easy. Right tool for the job. Plus we've been practicing, right? Practice makes perfect. Okay. Okay. And now we just need to make it through the signature. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Maybe because I didn't do enough paper clipping to keep these signatures all the way together quite. But maybe we can help ourselves by pulling that out of the way. And maybe we'll get our pokey tool back out and try and find the center of that. Sometimes this works like a charm. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. We came through. Great. We're even on the right side. So we have one string on each side of our long thread down the center. See, that was not so hard. Okay, now we can tie this off. Well, before we get too carried away, let's check and see if we've fixed our problem. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's very straight, very nice. I very carefully went ahead and measured these because I've been having a hard time and not getting all my punches straight, and so like one of them will be off, and then when you do these lines it just doesn't look right. So I don't know what's up with me lately. When I have a couple signatures where it's straight and then at the bottom it'll like kind of like one will go wonky off to the side. So I was trying to solve that problem just by measuring carefully, because that's what that problem is. I even went ahead and drew lines on here that are going to be all covered up with the signature, but I did draw lines so I could see exactly where I was going. So I'm not usually that careful, but on this I was, just because, like I said, it's been problematic here lately at the Scrapcraft and Stitchery, where I'm just not like, oh, it doesn't matter, and then I'm like not happy. So I measured twice and poked holes once. All right, we can do again. And now we're on the third to the back. Here we go. I'm going to always tie a charm or something along the inside of these. have a fun little thing in the middle for people to find. Let's move these guys back because they are definitely in the screen. Let's move this forward so I just feel like I can keep it there. And this, the center of this, does not have lace. And so it's just going to have beads. So it's super important. It's a super important one for these next two. And I'm going to go back to my lovely, lovely little non-planned, just picking out colors that I like and putting them on there. And I want a kind of smaller bead to start with. And this one looks like a little pearl, and it can go on there. And I think that's a great way to start that out. And then I might choose a few like kind of larger, some of these larger beads as I go through this, and just kind of add those in however we see fit. But I am kind of trying to keep things along the lines of whites or pinks or browns. I'm trying to stay away from some of these blue colors because I just don't think they go with the cover as well. Bead color theory. Although, like I said, I did do some of those that were. I might try this gold one just because this is a lovely bead, and I doubt you can see it, but it's got like some raised embossing on it, and I think it's really pretty. And I'm gonna add one here, and then I'm gonna add one down here on the next one. Just to add a little bit of interest and something cool to look at as we go along. And you could use beads that are all the same. You certainly could. As I said, I just kind of really like this where they're all different colors. They're already all mixed. I don't have to sort them out. It's pretty great. Oh, what to do? I'm drawing a blank here. What do I want? There are some very interesting little things in here. This looks like garbage. This looks like just a piece of something. Can't use that. Let's see what this looks like. This is another one of those little bronze ones that I was using on the last one, and I think that that can go on there. Certainly no reason why it can't. There we go. All right. Maybe another little pearly one. We're getting there. I do think that when we're doing these shorter beads, it obviously takes more of them to fill this up. Having said that, maybe we'll throw this long square one on there. And that might actually get us, oh, if you squish them down, I have a lot more room. I have a lot more room. What do we already have on here? Ooh, let's not. I am in danger of coming out. That bottom, we're not anywhere near. I want to pull it all the way out. You know, Okay. We needed some more, so let's just keep going. Keep it moving along. I'm going to be here all day. That's okay. There is no place I would rather be. than right here doing this. For right now. Start with, put another little white one on there. And I think that has gotten us there. I have a little bit of space up here. I could potentially put one more bead on there, but I think I'm going to call it done. I am really close to the top of this signature, and hopefully that does not become a problem for me. I should have gone a little bit more than a half an inch, as I was saying, from the top on the cover. Probably 1 inch is a better bet, so that you can kind of, oh, that was easy. Yeah, that's because I'm close to the paper clip and everything's being held like super close together. Talk about making things easy for yourself or hard for yourself. And I could have just put another paper clip on there and made this easier for myself. Okay, we have the top, and now we just have to do the bottom. Okay, guys, look at this. Sorry, I'm having like just a really quiet mood. It's always easier from the side. I can see the hole, I can go through the hole because there's not that lace to get in my way. All right, the lace is a really nice touch. It just makes everything a little more fussy. Wow, okay. We get this one and we're halfway done, guys. I am just excited to see this little book come together. Super excited. Okay, so I'm pulling all that. That looks good. See, I'll show you. Look at this. So we have this line, and then we'll have another line of this, and then this one will be tighter once we get it on there. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It looks beautiful. I am so thrilled. So thrilled. Okay. Gonna put this guy on there. This guy on there. I might just, don't really want that one because I have one like that in pretty much the same space. I'm going to put one of these big round ones down there. And this is in keeping with my color scheme. Let's see what happens. That's pretty. That's going to take up a lot of space. Let's remember that little trick as we go along. We'll put some more of those on the other side. Just some big beads in the middle. And let's get one of these pink ones because I've been saving them. I didn't want to use up all of my pink ones. I wanted to get them on there, but I didn't want to use them all up because there's not that many in here. So I couldn't do the whole spine, but by the time I get to the end, like, see, this one's broken. It's not gonna work. Okay, what are we doing? Yeah, these little beads, like, I got them, there's this company called Club Scrap, and I got a subscription. And I am going to have, because I just got a monthly supply of cardstock and all of the fun things, and I used to wait for my pizza box to come. And this is, I used to live in Hawaii, and I started getting this when I was in Hawaii, and the mailman said that I lived kind of at the ends of the earth because I was way out there. And So I'd be just standing on my doorstep waiting for the mailman to come, and along he'd come and have my pizza box, and it was just so amazing to crack into that thing and see the paper, because they had beautiful cardstock. I don't know, this was years ago, so I don't know how they have changed or what they're doing now, but that was fun, and I have a lifetime supply of all kinds of stuff. So they started selling Beader's Bistro, which is where all of these beads came from that matched the papers. And I've taken all the kits apart, but you get a stamp, like a rubber stamp, and you get paper and some stickers usually, or a stencil. It was stickers or a stencil, and it was just great. Absolutely stunning. I would get so excited to get my box, because they had just, the things they had were so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They all had a theme. So that was fun. That was definitely fun. And I'm still having fun with it because, I mean, these beads are still absolutely beautiful and just what I needed to finish this. We're getting there. We are getting there. A few more beads, quick choices. Remember, we're not planning this. I want to plan it as I go along. Since I didn't start, I should probably not start now. Okay. Everything matches. It's fine. See if we can... Oh, this is the last one. We just need to make it through the hole on the inside, and this is going to be easy. Everything has been easy up until this point, you know. Okay, let's not make a gift horse in the mouth. Let's just go for that. I want to like try and pull back and try and put that through so it's on the other side, but you know what, I think we're fine. We can fix that here. Okay, pull that tight so it's tight on the outside, and we'll thread that thread through there so we have one on each side of the center. One on each side of the center. We can kind of pull tight. I like to make it move just a little bit, but I don't want to. Oh, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we have. There you go. Okay. Okay, we have a lot more going on over here. So we have tons of space, even though it maybe doesn't look like it. Okay, we are moving right along. We might have to add some more lace across here since we're covering it all up with beads now. But that is okay. This lace is not going to be going anywhere. Okay, there we go. That's that. I don't know if you can see. I really don't. Okay. Love it. Okay, right over left, left over right. Make a nice knot. Trim. Trim. Okay. Actually, these are a little long. We can always trim them off later if we don't want them that long. I'm going to get rid of these paper clips. We are coming along. We are going to have a book here soon. And aren't we all just super excited? I was keeping my needles in my little trays here since I have them. And look at that. That is, once you use this a little bit, it is coming open. Everything is coming along. really well for us. This is going to be a long video of me just kind of struggling through. Sorry about that. I'm excited to see what this journal becomes. I'm just sitting here and being super excited. I might try and write sentiments in here rather than doing any, proper journaling. If you have seen some of my journals on my channel, you know that I am kind of keen on putting together lots of journaling and scrapbooking kind of stuff. But I think I might kind of keep that to a minimum, and maybe I'll start collecting sentiments in here, because that's kind of a thing. I kind of want to make a list of sentiments. Oh, I forgot to put beads on this. Let's not do that. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I got thinking about something else. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to become. We shall see. I just made it because I was super excited about having this small, kind of flimsy box, and it was sitting on my desk for a long time, and oh, well, we can't throw that away, can we? And no, of course not. Of course we can't just throw it away. So what I do want to use here, just to say so, is I want to put this other gold beautiful bead on the bottom of here to kind of mirror this one that I have on the other side. And that's just what we're gonna do. It's not exactly what I wanted. What are we doing? Pick a bead. Any bead will do. I'm gonna put this kind of blue one on here because I have some other little blue beads going on, and I think I might try and put this heart on here. I love it and I want to use it somewhere, but it's really big. And I can think of another way to use it as well. I have kind of this little tag that's also in that kit, and I might combine these two things and make a little super over the top little bit. I think I should go with something bronze colored now. Let's not forget those. Let's get that on there. Maybe a gold, and then maybe a pink. Thinking ahead. Let's pay attention to what we're doing so we can get this done, because I want to look through this book when it's done. And here I am just chatting away, not paying attention. That's a pretty one. That would go nice on there. Will reflect all kinds of colors, but it's kind of also a little pink. Let's see. Yeah, all those years I got all these beads, and I really don't think I did anything with them. And I've been sitting on them, and I keep them in a box, and I occasionally pull the box out because it also has all these brads. All these, this one has these little tiny bitty flowers. I'm going to use those on at least the pink ones and maybe these kind of peachy colored ones. I'm going to use those to decorate the cover and put them throughout this book and use all of those up. Because right now I just have the time and I have the motivation, and I'm just going to use up a lot of my things now, and that I've been kind of keeping or hoarding for a long time. And I think that is going to be a beautiful thing. This is like a real pearl, and I'm having a hard time finding the center of it. Yeah, it's gonna go on there. The other ones are kind of pearl-like, but that one's definitely a little pearl going on there. Okay, we are a little more than halfway there, and we're gonna keep going with this. Just grabbing, putting these on here. one after the other in no particular order. Just whatever we feel like, and grab it and put it on there. Right? Indeed-o. Okay. Okay. Maybe some small things. Is that a pearly one? Let's go with this kind of brown one. It's got a lot of purple in it, maybe. Maybe it's just reflecting colors. I think it's just reflecting. You never know with these guys. They're little glass beads and they can do all kinds. They'll do whatever they want. I'm all for it. You guys just keep doing whatever you want. We are getting very close to being done. I think maybe we should do one or two more. And don't worry, we have not pulled out the center of here. Where are we? I think that's enough. I think we really can do one more. We can maybe do two more. But we're going to do one more. One more. And I know just the one. This little barrel brown guy can go on there because we haven't done one of those for a while. Okay. That, we're not going to measure it again. We're going to be like, yep, that's done. Back in through here. Hold your breath, guys. See if this is easy or no. I don't think I made it. I think that was it. Ha! Ha! We are through there. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Moment of truth. We have it pulled tight, and we have one more line of beads. So we're getting on to the fourth one. We only have two left after this. We have to go back onto the lace. But you know, it's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. I did kind of want to put the heart on here. But where are you, little heart? I've lost it. I just don't think it'll lie flat with the other beads. I think it's going to be too big and take up too much space. So maybe we'll make a little charm and put on the top of here or something. And I think that could be really cute. So let's see if we can figure out how to do that. Or not. We have a lot more to go on this journal. We could make, I still have to decorate the cover more because, you know, in line with the maximal part of this mini journal. This is all easy parts. Easy parts, easy parts. Threading that through there. I'm going to tell you it's easy. You know how it is. You know how it is. All right. So that is coming along. And we do have this gold bead. We don't want to put it on yet. We want to put it on more towards the top. That's about the extent of the planning we're going to do with this. And there you have it. Direct from the horse's mouth. Uh-oh. Okay. That one was a tight fit. It did not want to go on there. I'm gonna, right now, I'm getting close to where this is doubled up, so I'm just gonna pull this out a little bit farther so that I'm not getting my beads stuck in a double thread of any sort. Okay, there we go. What do we want? I think now would be a good place to put a pink one. Let's get one of these little pink ones. We still have plenty left. We don't have to worry about running out of those before we finish this. We're doing a good job. We're doing a great job, guys, here today at Scrapcraft and Stitchery. I'm sure you're doing a good job at your craft desk, listening along, or wherever you're at today. I hope it's a beautiful day. I hope that the birds are singing. Maybe it's nighttime. Owls are owling. If it's nighttime, for you, I hope you're just having a great time. Because I know I sure am. Okay. What else? How are we coming? We're not ready for that gold one yet. It's not exactly where I want it, so we're just going to keep going. I'm going to grab a pink one over here. What else? What else? What else? Maybe we should put a big one on here. Let's put a big one. What big one do we have? Here's a big gold one. That'll fill up some space. That'll get us there. That'll get us there. Okay. A couple more small ones. What is this? Is this too purple? I think I'll be fine. Just don't worry about it. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's put a cool little pearly guy. Oh, that wasn't a pearly one. It's a little brown one. I grabbed the wrong one. That's okay. Now, find our gold one, and I think it can go on right there. These are so pretty. They're just like gold, and then they have this just raised bit. And they are super, super, super maximal. That is the word of the day with our journal here. Maximal. Maximal. Just go over the top with this. Okay. I think one more will do the trick, and I think then we're going to be in it to win it. Let's go with another pink one, I think. One more little pink one to match our little pink flowers. That's why we chose these. And this will be easy because we're still not on that lace. Going back in. We haven't gotten to the hard part yet. Okay. All right. Ooh. I try to film every day, and I'm not really sure when I'm going to film tomorrow, but I think after this, I might try and do something just relaxing. I think tomorrow I am going to go into my modern journal and just put down some more magazines or some more images in that and do a couple pages in that. Do something really simple and easy and relaxing tomorrow. When I get my little bit of craft time in. Before we tie this, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just look and make sure we didn't put too many beads on here. And make sure we like everything and that everything looks good. That is a little bit loose. I think it's okay. I think that's fine. It's going to move around. And a little bit more than everybody else, maybe not, I don't know. All right, so we are back to the line of bronze. I'm going to call that absolutely fine, right? Okay. So, put a little square knot in there. Snip that off. We're going to get rid of these little bits today. Sometimes I keep these because I cut them way too long and I have enough for a tag. I guess if I even them out, maybe and I put them at the top of a tag topper. But today, I have not gone too overboard, so I think they're fine. Okay, here we are. We're going along. Everybody's happy. I thought I had the needle open. I don't have the needle open. There, open. My finger's through the center of it. Okay. Here we go. We are threaded. We are on, ooh, we're going to take our thread for a drink. Okay. We have 2 signatures left. 2 signatures. In we go. Through the hole. We know what we're doing with this one. This one's going to be another bronze one. We're going to have to deal with that lace, so this probably isn't going to work. But everything is working for us today because today is our magical special everything's working for us today day. I love those days. Okay. That was easy. That was easy. Okay, now I just need to go barrel long, barrel long, barrel long, barrel long. Keep up, pay attention, and we will have this done before you know it. And we are flying along here like we're going somewhere. It was a barrel, and now we need a long. Sorry, I don't have much to talk about today, apparently. Just trying to keeping it all on the string here today. All focus is on the string. I'm just doing something new. I'm making something beautiful. I think I have actually beaded something before, and it was a kit of some sort or another, and that was a long time ago. So I guess I have done this before. It's just been a long time, and this one is kind of by my own design, so that's exciting. See an idea? I think I saw something on YouTube where they were beading this, and that was kind of fun. I was thinking about beading something, and I was on YouTube, and I was watching, and I think it was Treasure Books, and she's like, let's put some beads on here. And I saw her do it, and that made me feel a lot more confident in this whole process, seeing her do it first. So, you too can do this if you're seeing this. This is not that hard. If you have some beads or you want to get some beads and you don't have to use these beads, you can use any kind of beads that you have or that you want or that match your project. And oh my, that went super fast, and I think maybe too far. You might be having a problem again where we have too many beads. Can we get this guy off without taking our thread out of this needle? And I think we can if we just go. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Let's save that guy for the next. And let's see if we can find this hole. And you know what? We're going to have our poker tool. We're going to have the poker tool. We're going to go back in here. We're going to find the hole. There we go. We can see where it's at. That's going to make that so much easier. It's right there. Okay. Done. Done and done. Okay. Today is our magical day, remember? Shouldn't have said anything. Should not have said anything. See? We're at the top again. This should be easy. Let's pinch that and see if we can do it that way. I don't know if that works. I've never done that before. Never done that before. Just pinch the signature and push it through. Trying to get through all of those layers. If This does not, oh wait, I think we did. Oh wait, it's just that one last paper. There we go, we got it. I love these signatures. I love the pages, the way they came out. It's so just yummy and rich. And looks like a library. Got hit by a big storm and pages just went everywhere. And that's our book. A little bit of putting things back together that have come apart. I don't have to mention this because we took them apart. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this one. So that looks really good. I'm glad I took that last bead off. Because it's perfect. Okay, let's go back and grab that same bead and tell him that he is welcome to live down there at the bottom. Okay? Okay. Barrel long. Barrel long skinny. I do think this one goes faster, and I think it's because, I mean, I actually have a pattern, so I'm not spending as much time searching because I know what I'm after. Whereas on the other ones, I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. What should I do? I'll do this. No, I don't want that. Yes, I want this. This one, this one, this one. Oh, no, not the blue one. Not the green one. Oh, no. So maybe had I gone through and sorted these, but this is all fun and good, and it's just playing around. Playing around with beads, finding the next best thing, and then you come to this and you're like, oh, I know what I want because I've already made a decision. I made a decision way back there, and I can just go left, right, left, right. And so it fills up my string super fast, super fast, super fast. Which is also nice. You know? We like it all. I like it all. I like it both ways. Fast and easy. Already decided. Don't have to worry. And the other one where I get all the choices in my 2 trays. There we go. Let us look and see where we're at. We may have almost gone too far again, but I'm going to say we haven't. I think we're perfect. So let's see if we can go back through that hole where we think it is. I think I can see it. I think I saw it. We're going back through the signature. And it kind of is acting like it wants to go into the signature where it's supposed to. Oh no. I think we pulled out too far. We're going to have to try that over. It was so happening. Okay, we are through the cover. We are through the signature. As if we are not through the signature. We're in the signature, for sure. But we don't know where we went after that. I'm gonna definitely, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Okay. Great. Look at that. You can kind of read a part of a book. It says, he kissed my nose to punctuate the sentiment. You could probably do some fun things with, like, making poetry out of these. Okay, I have pulled these tight. That's what it looks like on the outside. That was maybe just slightly too long, and I am gonna totally leave that the way it is. I think it's perfectly fine. It's tight enough. Those beads are gonna take up any slack for us. Right over left, left over right. Make a firm knot. Nothing's ever going to go anywhere. I am going to take this paper clip and I'm going to add it to the bottom of this signature. This is the first signature in the book. We have worked all the way from the back to the beginning. I'm going to move that down there so it's like close to here. And I'm going to tuck these all tight so they're not loose. I'm just trying to help myself at this point to finish this quickly. And I'm going to just poke. I cannot see that hole at all. Okay, that's right there. I'm just guessing. Going on guesswork, I think it's right there. Okay, I'm going to make sure these are all tucked in tight to make my life a little bit easier on this last one because we are almost done. We are going to be a little bit over an hour unless I make this shorter for you, but I don't think I am. I think I'm going to have you just watch the whole thing if you would like, and that will be an option. No magic of television here. No siree. Okay. Okay. See, it's getting caught in the lace. It wants to come through, and it's stuck. Okay. Let's leave a couple inches. That's not enough inches, just because I don't want to pull that out. All right, here we go. We are doing beautiful things here, and this is the last one. And this one is just, you know, going back to no rhyme, no reason. We're just gonna pull some of these beads. We're staying with browns and white and clear and pink. And those are the colors. Anything we see just should look something like that. And I am going to grab this big sparkling one because that looks like fun and it's pink and it's going to be beautiful right there on the edge. And maybe not do too big of a one right there on the edge because that is on the edge of our spine. I hope this is going to hold this book to like lay flat. Anyway, and not be too bumpety while we're trying to work in it. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Let's just keep going. We'll worry about that when it becomes a problem. Okay. Colors. I have this pretty amber one. Great. Let's go back. Let's get another pink. We have lots of pinks left. I was worried we'd run out if we got too crazy, but now we're at the end and we can grab them all and put them all on this one. No, let's not do that. Let's kind of keep it moving along in the same vein with like all the different colors. Not getting stuck on one color, just going back and forth and back and forth. Here's another like kind of disco ball-y one. That one's pretty. There's quite a few of those in here now that I'm seeing them. What else? What else? Put this little tiny one on there. What was that? That's a little gold one. We'll go with this little clear one next. Just anything we see that looks like a good find. The one down there is kind of big. It's fine. Okay. I think we have another one of those there. Nope, that's a different one. Different one altogether. This is quite the mix. That's pretty, but let's stay away from anything too giant. That would just make all our fun go away too fast. I'm gonna put that one on the bottom maybe. It's kind of blue, but that's okay. What am I doing? Okay, I'm stuck. Let's keep going. Keep going. That one was very blue. Perfectly fine. Some of these can be a little, there is a little bit of blue in here, and that's fine. I think it's really pretty, and it makes it look like, you know, a little blue sneaking in. Just gives us a little bit of variety. Okay, let me see. I want at least one more. And that little pearly one might be it. Let's see. If we pull this tight, I think we still need one more. Oh, this one's pink on the inside and it's square. It's a square glass one that's pink on the inside. That is very interesting. Okay. Almost doesn't look like it belongs with everybody else. It's just its own special, unique little flavor. Uh-oh. Okay. Where are we? Where are we now? Okay. That should... We didn't look. We didn't see. We might have to try that again. It's making us work for this last one. That's okay. We can work for it. We can work for it. Okay, where is it? Let's look and see exactly where that's coming out so we can get through the right hole in our lace. Okay, now we made a big hole. All right, that is gonna happen. See? See? Sometimes we can make things easy for ourselves, and why struggle? Why struggle when things can be easy? Right? We know how to do this. All right. Now, we get to look and see what we've done. Okay. That is lovely. This is very, very nice. Why is this one so loose now? Okay. Because we were learning what we were doing. Okay. I love it. This is very nice. Okay. It's very sparkly. There you go. There's a sentiment for this. Don't you just love being a girl? You could do all sparkly kind of sentiments. Sparkly girl things. Okay. Is there anywhere in particular we want to start to fill this up? Is there anything we want to add? That is, I want this pearl right here in the middle. Okay. Picky, picky, picky. Picky, picky. Pink. Pink. Can go on there. Anything goes. This is a pretty shiny mirrory one. Sometimes I love things that are like, I like to knit, and one of the things I love about knitting, I haven't been knitting for a while, but I really like the idea of like every inch of that yarn, when you have this long, beautiful scarf or a sweater, but every single like inch of that yarn has passed through your fingers at least once if you've knitted, And I just love that. And that's kind of how I'm getting, you know, with these beads, because each one has been picked out individually and strung onto here, and I have paid great attention to it at least once. And it's going to come together and make something truly wonderful. And we're going to keep going with that. I want a pink one. Now I don't see any. There's one right there. They're all over in that corner. Alright. They're all right over there in that corner. That's great. Just love it. There's just so much joy in doing this. If you just let it come. Let it come. This is like a mini lesson in life. There's lots of beautiful little things and a little bit of frustration trying to get through the holes. And gotta get yourself through the holes of frustration so you can get to the, you know, beautiful sparkly things on the outside. That's the lesson here today at Scrapcraft and Stitchery. May your life be mostly beautiful sparkly beads that you get to just kind of pick out and enjoy, and not a lot of struggling to get through the holes. I guess there's holes, little holes out here too. They're not too terrible. It's not too terrible to get through those holes, especially with this little beading needle. That's another lesson. Sometimes it's all about the right tool. This beading needle is doing all the work for me here, so I can just play. Right? Right? Okay. Making it all easy. That's what I'm all about. Let's see if we can make it all easy. That hole is where? Alright, we're ready to go back through a hole. Back to the struggle. Okay, I'm going to pull this tight so I can kind of guess. Ooh, I think I missed it. So I think the next step for this is, I like the idea of collecting sentiments in this book. I don't know how many pages we have. I know how to figure it out, since I know, and I actually forgot if I did 5 pages, 6, 30, times 4, a lot of pages. I think it's 5 is what I went with, times 5 pages, times 6, and each of those pages was folded in half, making 4, 120, 120? Okay, pulling everything tight. Everything looks good. I think we have too many beads out here or something. Something. Why isn't that as tight as we want it to be? I'm not going back, so that's just the way it is. Alright, I think it's just not pulled tight. It's actually fine. I think. We'll make sure we pull that super tight, tight. So I may just start collecting some sentiments, and I'll put a sentiment on maybe every other page. That's 60 sentiments. I think that'll be fine. I think this will be a great collection place for that, and we can decorate things. And of course we don't need that many. We can do some with and some without. But that's an idea. And I kind of like it, so maybe we'll stick with that. Let's get all the paper clips out. I think we did it! Oh, look at that! Oh, look at these beads. Oh, they're so much fun. Oh boy, look at that. I think it's really cool and very interesting, and I love it. And I'm going to glue this lace down a little bit better, but I certainly really don't think that I have to. So next up is probably I'm going to go back and I want to decorate this cover a little bit more because I want when people look at it going, wow, that's a lot. That's kind of what I want with this, is for it to just be like a lot. And oh, super excited. I love the pages so far. Just the way that they look is very rich. I had thought about doing some watercolor on them just as a, when they're in that big roll, remember, because this is rolling pages, and then I cut them up and I had like 120 inches, and I thought about doing that, but I decided I didn't want to like have anything too determined about what colors and stuff I wanted to use in this. I do, and I think this is great. I have a book. I made a book. Okay. I hope you guys are making books too. I'm super excited. I think that this was a little more detailed and it took a little bit longer, and I'm super excited now because I was like, oh, I did it. I do still have this heart. I might try and put this somewhere on the cover. I might do more beadwork on the cover of this. I am not really sure what I'm going to do to decorate this. I haven't made any decisions. I do think I am going to probably try and start collecting some like book quotes. I love doing quotes and things, and I might start collecting them in here. And I think that would be a fun thing to do. So I might do that. That'll give us a fun little thing to do. There is a lot of pages in here. It smells like a library. Anyway, thanks for joining me at Scrapcraft and Stitchery. Thanks for, joining me as I celebrate this little book that I have finished. Binding today. I didn't know I was going to make me, so just ecstatically happy. I'm going to put that back somewhere. I'm going to clean up here. But thanks for joining me. I hope you're making books too so that you can have this kind of joy, and maybe you'll try and do the beading technique. And if you do, let me know in the comments below. Bye! Happy scrapping!